What is up, guy? Sorry about that. I was muted for a sec. What was I saying? Nothing important. In case you missed it, we are doing Metroidvania month. This is intro part 2 for those who missed it because I muted myself. Yeah, a little game jam going on, Metroidvania month. Well, it's slightly larger than little, but yeah, 30-day game jam to make a Metroidvania. Will we actually do that? I don't know, but let's try anyway. Yeah, so we're just gonna get started. To recap what happened last time, we got a extremely basic character controller and enemy setup. I say enemy, but well, you'll see. So we've got a player, and they can jump and walk around. So that was a time to code. I honestly thought it was gonna be really quick, and then it very much wasn't. I am learning after all, so it's only to be expected, but... And here's our enemy. Now, nothing happens when you touch it except you move on it, which is fun. It's kind of more like a sliding platform than an enemy. But, you know, it bounces off walls. Yeah. I wonder if we can... Interesting. Bounces off me too. Anyways, all my enemies are platforms. You just gotta step on them to get to the top. That's the key. That's what you do with your enemies. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm thinking. So we have a couple ideas. It's hard to move too far forward without having like an idea of some of the things that need to happen, like what the game's going to be about. So we have we have we have an optional theme of alchemy, though. Hey Cass, how's it going? Optional theme of alchemy. It really is optional. It mentions in the jam that it's not even going to be voted on, so we really don't have to do it, but something to keep in mind. I would like to settle on an idea maybe before next stream. I had the idea that, so just for those of you who need a refresher, a Metroidvania is basically, I mean, if you've played Hollow Knight or Metroid, you kind of know the gist. There's a big map that you have to explore, and you're unlocking abilities or upgrades or something that allows you to progress through the world more. And there's lots of backtracking, so sometimes there's shortcuts that unlock when you get new abilities, yada yada. So there ain't room for the three of us cowpokes. Well then, Sam, I guess you can leave. So my idea was that you're something shrunken down, or you're some sort of like germ or microbe, and it takes place inside of a body, and you're kind of exploring a body, maybe go to different parts. I'm not sure what the upgrades would be. We had an idea from Jackal Gamer last time that you're a plumber sent into the sewer for cleaning out clogs, and you find all sorts of like creatures down there you have to deal with, and maybe you can't get out until, or you know, for some reason. I did have quite a few ideas for the upgrades that could happen with this plumber idea. Those being, the upgrades could be different tools you find, right? So, okay, I need to look this up because I keep not remembering what it's called. What are these big wrenches called? Yeah. What are they called? They have like a certain name, right? It's not called a big wrench. Like this one, it's got like a name. Someone in chat tell me what the name of these wrenches are, and then I'll finally be happy. Monkey wrench? Is it called a monkey wrench? Spanner? This is more important than game making. We need to figure this out. See, that doesn't seem... Yeah, spanner. Let me try that. No, it has to be like the big one. Like this. Heavy duty, large, huge. That's what I'm talking about. Anyways. So, oh yeah, so the idea was like, maybe one of the upgrades is like you find the wrench, and then now you can cartoon weapon wrench. Yes. And then you can open up some vent because now you can undo the bolts, and that's like the upgrade that allows you to move on. Plus, maybe it's like a weapon now that you can use. Obviously, we could think of like more tools, like a plunger would be funny. And like, it doesn't have to be a plumber. I mean, it doesn't even have to be realistic, but this is just the idea that viewer had last time. So it's an option. There is some more coding I guess we could do in terms of like getting systems set up. It would be nice to have some sort of unique mechanic, because all of these games are going to be Metroidvanias at the end of the day. But maybe if we just make a solid enough game with a nice, fun theme. I say nice and fun, and it might be like a horror game, but you know what I mean? Like, if it's polished. Why don't we put a... I think let's try to get a couple more systems in. So what happens... I'm curious if anyone knows what happens when you die in a Metroidvania. So I've played Hollow Knight before. I know that you lose some stuff and you kind of start back at like a checkpoint and you have to go back and get your stuff. I don't think there's really going to be like stuff that you're collecting. We'll have to think of like what the initial weapon is going to be too. But yeah, we can, because then what we need to move on and do is art, but we can't really do that until we've got the setting figured out, which is fine. I also want to make a couple different types of enemies. Which we might want to make like some sort of base enemy to inherit from. But yeah, why don't we try to make a door of some sort? Is there some semi-realistic thing we could give a plumber that would allow them to like jump higher? I mean, it could just be funny. It doesn't have to be realistic, I guess. Just trying to think of ways to block the player from moving on. That I mean, give him infinity. Like, I was thinking either jump higher or like do some sort of wall climb so that they can get up to places that they couldn't get up to before. I mean, we could even just do like spring boots or something silly, or to get up onto a ledge like a grapple hook or a ladder. The ladder would do it. Only thing with a ladder is I'm trying to think about how we would go about adding that exactly, because you'd get the ladder and then it's like once you get to a spot where you can place it, then we have to like make the sprite appear and then be able to have the character move up. Yeah, that might work though. Why don't we write some of this stuff down? I think we might end up going with this idea, I've got to say. So let's do grapple hook, rope ladder. Now there's an idea. Let's do a new section here for ideas And this will be Enemies. We're gonna fight enemies. Yeah, that's great. Good job, me. We got lots of good ideas. Problem is most of them suck. Oh my god. You've got good ideas. Some of them suck. We all have those ideas sometimes where it's like, that's not an idea. That's garbage. So wrench allows you to fight enemies and unlock fence. And then ladder, reach high up places. Okay. And then it'd be cool to have like one more, although the scope of this is already going up, so don't want to go too crazy. Okay, fight enemies, unlock fence. Although to keep it simple, we might, I don't know, it feels pretty key to a Metroidvania overalls, which would, I kind of want a plunger to be a thing, but how about this? So plunger is the last one you get. And it allows you to fix there's like things that need to be plunged in the sewer for some reason. I don't know. And then you can fix the things, and then like that's how you finish the game. That's not bad. Okay. Just trying to think of ways that I will do these things. So for wrench, we can probably just have a real shit. God bless our plumbers in the service for doing the job no one wants. True. Thank you all the plumbers out there. If you're watching Twitch on your day off, we salute you. Some of them make a lot of money, I think. Hopefully they do. Should pay good to do that shit. Okay, so we need... They make stacks. Good. Well deserved. So for the ladder, we could do something where there's just certain there's a couple spots that just actually have the object ladder there. And like it's only activated once you just like have the ladder. I guess let's make a ladder. It'd be nice. We might have to adjust like how high it is and stuff, but for now let's just add a new collision shape. So we can test this idea out. Oh no. How do you make... Whenever I duplicate stuff, it always makes it like not unique. Not sure how to change that. I've changed it on something before. But yeah. That's fine. We'll just... Or maybe there's a make unique thing here? I don't know. Hit reparent. I don't know. Yeah, I'll just delete this one for now. So we just need something here that we can't jump over. I did want to change the player's jump actually while we're at it. I have this terminal variable here so we don't fall too fast, but I don't think it's that necessary. Definitely way too high of a jump. Maybe just like a tiny bit higher, but the amount of gravity is feeling pretty good. And then if we make it like slightly variable, that would be nice. Random. Between like 0.9. We can make this smaller maybe, but just give it a little bit of variability. We could also do it so where like the longer you hold the space bar, the longer you jump, but I actually don't really like that much in games, but could be just me. Don't know if you know this, but it's Metroidvania month. You know, that's crazy actually that you mentioned that, because I'm actually making a Metroidvania. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, it might be like a little bit too variable, but that's okay. You know, it's just adjust that later, but that's feeling pretty good. So we can't climb up that, which is good. So now we just need to make a ladder. So here's what I'm thinking for the ladder. We'll make the object, and I think since it's a jam game, this will be fine, but I'm just gonna make it a set size, and then just whatever ledge we need to get up to, we'll just always make the same size, because ideally I would make something that's modular, so like a ladder can be any length, but I don't want to do that right now, just for ease of making this, basically. So let's add an sprite. And we'll just keep using... Maybe we'll use a color rect, actually. Just so it looks a little bit nicer. And then we'll have it be not shit colored, ideally. Why is making brown so hard? That's a good quote. That's a good... Don't clip that. Okay, so there's the ladder. And... Oh, why is that in there? Yeah, I think I just broke a ton of stuff by doing that, but I'd like to fix it. What if we just start it? Okay, I guess it's fine. Yeah. Hey, hey! What's going on, Radley? Don't remember if I told you this already. It's Metroidvania month. Making a Metroidvania. Nice music, thank you. Made it myself. I'm just kidding. I use Epidemic music. The Bakers Unite. And Sam, you're a baker too, so it's really all three of us. Yeah, all we've got so far is a platform, I mean an enemy that moves back and forth, and you got the player who can jump around, which is good. Trying to make a ladder exciting. Basically the idea of the game is you are... Did I close out of Notion? I guess I did. You're a plumber going down into the sewer to fix some shit. Possibly literal shit. And there's all these creepy crawlies, basically. Sorry, I just... Getting some stuff arranged. Yeah, let me go to here. So yeah, you're a plumber, go down to the sewer, clean stuff out. And there's some like creatures or monsters or something that you have to like get past. And the upgrades in the game take the form of these three things. So you unlock the wrench, and you're able to fight enemies. That's like a maybe, because I don't know if I'm gonna like have time for combat, but mainly it's for unlocking vents so you can explore more. Ladders let you reach high places, and you finally get the plunger and you can fix the clogs and beat the game. So I'm trying to make a ladder right now. So we're gonna instance the ladder, just throw it in there, see how it looks. Looking beautiful. Let's add another collision shape in there. Or let me just make this one bigger actually. So the ladder will appear and allow you to get up on this stuff. Okay, let me just make sure I can't still jump up on there. Can you make it where you can befriend a sewer rat? I could do that. Is that the... Yeah, I could do that. Okay, there's the ladder. Just want to make this a little taller. And then we're gonna say let me figure out how I want to do this. So let's just make the ladder work first. So we'll need to give it an area 2D. With a collision shape. So that while you're in this collision shape, you can go up, basically. That's fine. We're just gonna have to adjust all this stuff later when we add the art in anyway, so it doesn't really matter how precise we get. Okay, so then we want to say in the player script, we actually need to add a button to let you go up. So let's add an input. We'll do climb. We'll just do W and up on the arrow keys for that. And then, so we want to check stuff. Let's see. Have a variable that's equals to false. And after all this stuff, we also don't want to fall downwards unless we're off the ladder. But maybe we can worry about that in a sec. So if is on ladder, did I? Oh, yep, I did spell that wrong. Is on ladder ends, and you're pressing up, basically. Input dot is action. Rest, climb. What do we want to do about that? We can put the player up. So velocity dot y equals, and we probably need a climb speed. Don't know how fast we're going to want to make that. We'll just set it to 20 for now. And we'll set our velocity equal to negative climb speed, because negative is up for some reason. So we're going to set is on ladder to true for now, just so we can make sure this works. So we're just going to be able to go up wherever we want, but that's okay for now. Interesting. We can just kind of start floating. So we don't want to fall if we're on a ladder. So we'll put a check here. say if not is on ladder. So if we're not on a ladder, then we will fall. So now we should be able to go up and not fall. But now we never stop flying up. Should this be action just pressed? But I just want to make it so that if we're on the ladder, we're not gonna fall, but we also stop climbing. Is on ladder and input is action climb. The only way I can think to do this is to split it up, sort of. So we'll do, if you're on the ladder, then we want to say if you're pressing it, your y equals climb speed, else your velocity equals 0, and then so it's like if you're on the ladder, then we have these conditions, which is if you're pressing climb, set it to the climb speed. If you're not pressing, set it to 0. And then if you're not on the ladder, just apply gravity. So that should work. Nice. Okay, so now we just need to make it so that we set is on ladder based on whether we're actually on the ladder. So we need to see when we interact with the area. Guess we could use this area. So when a body enters and when that body is the player, we want let's add a script in here. You could also do an area in the player. Guess we can try that, see how it goes. Might be nice actually to make this a little smaller, so you have to be mostly on the ladder in order for it to work. So let's add a collision shape to that. Guess we could use a circle actually. Just go like that. And we'll say, we want to do when an area enters. And we want to set is on ladder equal to true. I think I might actually put this in the ladder code. I don't know why, but I'm going to. Oh, whoops. So let's say body entered. And let's just real quick print the bodies so we can see what's going on with that. Can't see the console. Yeah. So we can say if body.name, so if the name of the body is player, then we want to say body dot is on ladder equals true. And we also want to see when the body exits. Put an else statement in here to make sure we don't get any errors. And we'll set it to false when the body exits. Seems good enough. So why don't we set is on ladder to false in the player and try it out. Nice. Sweet, that actually works basically exactly how I wanted it to. Pretty ideal. You can even kind of jump onto it. It's nice. Oh, you can't go down. That's a problem. I might actually rename this up, which is going to cause an error, but we'll go fix that in a sec. Got also have down. Maybe going down should be faster, but we can adjust that later. It's just about getting the basic mechanics in right now. So instead of climb, we're going to call this up, and we're also going to make down, and we're going to add S and down to that. Okay. That should work. Except it doesn't. I hardly changed anything. Maybe that'll do something. Because we're not on the ladder, but then we are. Nice. Definitely want to be able to move a little faster. Just noticing that. Be a little fast, and then it should be relatively faster also. I think it would make intuitive sense for you to be able to go a spacebar to go up. So I'm actually gonna make that up, and let's see if that works. So if we get rid of jump and we make up, also have spacebar. Let's see if that works. So that way we can still... Now we can jump with up W or space. Yeah. Cool. So we also need to do some checks for whether or not they have the different things. So we're gonna want to say like adds ladder, doesn't have ladder. I wonder if the ladder, the wrench will be the first one you get. Probably the ladder. I feel like enemy. I don't know. Doesn't super matter. And has plunger. Equal false. So we're gonna only do these things. Let's see. Only do these things if has ladder equals true. If body dot has ladder equals true, or we can just say body has ladder. We could actually just like put this all into one thing. Ladder update, I guess. Seems fine. And then in here we can put this. Just making it so we don't have to repeat our code. So if and then in here we can just say ladder update and give it the body. Okay, that should be fine. So now we shouldn't be able to climb it. Unless we should probably also have some sort of placement for the ladder. So like you arrive at a place where you can place it and then you click a button. But for now, we'll just say so this will be ladder, probably call it upgrade, and This will just be like a pickup you can get. So let's add a color rect on there for now. Same color as the ladder, just to give some understanding of what's going on. So if we instance the ladder upgrade, that is quite large. How about a little bigger? And we give that a or we can just make it an area 2D actually, so we can collide with it. Oh, you know what we actually want to do? I was wondering why this was so hard to see the color rectangle. It's because it's behind. There we go. So let's give this a collision shape. And then we'll want to see, or we might actually make this a static body, but we'll see in a sec. So we want to contact this and destroy it, and then set like has ladder equals to true, basically. So we need to detect the collision. So why don't we do that? Say when body has entered, if body dot name equals player, we want to set body dot as ladder equal to true, and we want to delete this basically. Oh gosh, I always forget how to do that. This ladder equals true, and then we how do I delete myself? Okay, Q free. Cool. Okay, so now if we play, we can jump, but we can't climb the ladder. But if we collect that, now we can climb the ladder. Very good. That works. Let's see. Change this to pressed, because then we can like repeatedly jump. I was just noticing you couldn't do that. Need a little bit faster, I think. 670, yeah, good. I think if we set it to a really big number, you'd like fly off the ladder. Yep. Okay. That should be like 70. And let's see. Okay, so we have that figured out. Why don't we add in the wrench? So for that, we're gonna want to have some sort of door. So there wouldn't be any vents in the sewer, but there might be a... Or would there be? Just trying to think what to call this, like a panel? We'll call it a panel. Well, maybe we'll call it a door, but in-game we can always call it something else, because door doesn't really make that much sense. So, okay, let's do a color rect. We'll make this like gray, I guess. It's kind of an off gray. And let's see. I might actually make this black just so we can see it better. So with this one, we're going to want to have the wrench. And then if we have the wrench, we're able to make the door disappear with the click of a button. So first, let's just get it so we can get rid of the door once we're on top of it. So I want to do it just the same way I've been doing it. So I guess we'll just make this an area 2D. Collision shape. Okay. Let's instance this in the game, make sure it looks half decent. A little big. Let's just make sure that looks good before we adjust anything. smaller. Yeah, that's fine. Just get that as close as possible. Doesn't really need to be that spot on since we're going to be replacing all the art in a bit. Okay, so that looks fine. Just need to make sure that the player cannot jump over this. Let's put you there. And so we want to be able to... Let's just make sure we run into it, actually. One thing at a time. Okay, we don't... Oh, that's because it's not a static body. Can you change whether a static body is collidable? Interesting. I guess we could do this to do it. Different layer, that would make sense. My friend says she really enjoys the background and the characters. Sorry, what exactly are you referencing? Okay, let's see if we can just mess with the collision shape. Okay, so indoor. Friend with me right now is also watching and like, oh, likes the stream layout design. Gotcha. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I just wanted to make something unique, and I'm half decent at pixel art, so thought I'd put something together. Let's see. Oh, and for the little characters, it's a program I use called Stream Avatars, but I made the art for them. So if we set the collision shape to disabled, so if we make this a static body, then we can collide with it. Only problem with that is actually that should be fine. Yeah, let's change this to a static body, and now we should be able to collide with it. Yeah, can't get through. But then we can say, oh, now we need to change how we do this. Let's see. Because I just want to check for a collision with the player. And like see if it's the player. Is Apple nearby? Am I nearby? She's sleeping on the bed. So I guess actually maybe we will use an area 2D because I know no Apple time yet, I'm sorry. We should use an area because then we can check just like if the player is close enough. So we'll add an area in there because then that collision shape is just for like what you run into, and then this collision shape will be the area you need to stand. So like there probably. Yeah, it could be a little wider, but so let's add a script to here, and we want to say when the body enters say if body dot name equals player Let's see if this will work. Okay, let's go one step at a time. So we enter it, and we'll say if dot as wrench equals, or just that's fine. Body dot has wrench. Then we'll say we'll get the collision shape, and we'll set disabled to true. And then just so we can get a visual representation of what's happening, why don't we grab the color rect. Disconnect. What does that mean? Interesting. Oh, why don't we just set its visibility? Visible equals false. So when we enter the area, we should like unlock the door. Oh, as wrench is probably false. Let's just manually change it to true for a sec. And that should work. We should be able to walk up and through the door. Interesting. I guess it being disabled. Different way. Set trigger. Okay, let's do that. I guess we could set one-way collision to true. That would technically work. Well, I guess let's just see if this works first. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be working in the previous thing we were doing. Crash the game. Yeah, I guess we could just set the where is that? The layer and the mask. So we could just set collision layer to 2. Why are some of these songs randomly so loud? Yeah, why don't we do that? Because I think that'll work fine. So if I just do layers equals 2. Maybe? Nice. So that's something. We could also just like make the whole thing destroy itself, but This is fine for now. Now we just need to make sure we have the wrench. So we're gonna make something that's basically the same as this. Definitely a better way to do this, but this is the only way I know how. Okay, so we'll change this to an area. Just do what we did here, so collision shape and color rect. And color rect. Just grab the same color we have here for the door, make it a little cohesive. And then we can just move all of this over a bit. And then instance the wrench upgrade. A little big. This is 14. Let's just make this 14 too. Okay, so that's good. And then we're gonna do the same thing as in here. Which we should just do in a better way, but I'm not going to. There we go. So we're gonna say body entered. And do this code. If it's player, we're gonna set has wrench equal to true. And then we're gonna destroy ourselves. So that should be fine. Let's set has wrench equal to false here. And go ahead and do that. So now if we try to go to the door, nothing happens, but if we get this collectible, now it opens. That should be fine. And then why don't we just do the plunger too while we're at it. Trying to think if I want some sort of mechanic for fighting in this game or not. Maybe we'll have to do like a stealth Metroidvania. Is that fun? Just trying to think about. Could do some sort of like melee combat with the wrench, but think about that later. Let's get rid of all these. Not get rid of them, but don't need them up anymore. Okay, so for the plunger, it's just going to be about fixing those clogs. So we need, I guess we'll just call these clogs. And if we give those a color rect, we'll just make them red for now. And we'll put one in the game. I'll just call it clog. And change the name of it. How much will that mess up things? We just delete this. We should clog collector. No. Okay, it kind of is clog collector because you're literally going around. So anyway, clog collector. God. Clog. Okay. So that could be smaller. Again, doesn't really matter. Don't know why I'm bothering, but. And then we'll put. We could just make it a area 2D because we're gonna say if you're colliding with it and you press the button, you fix it basically. So yes, that's all good. Or we need to create a collision shape for that. Should I name it clog collector? Probably. Oh, I was like, where is it? It's underneath everything. There we go. So now we have a collision shape, and we want to say body entered, just like before. If body dot name equals player body dot, or it's actually not going to change you at all. It's actually just going to do, well, for now, I guess we'll just take the color rect and turn it into some green color. Maybe blue. Green kind of looks like corrupted, but it's fine. Oh yeah. So if it's the player, we're gonna set the, well, we're gonna get the color rect node dot color equals we need to go like that. Okay, that should work. Let's just make sure it does. Nice. I'm just gonna change the camera smoothing a little bit. I don't know, if we are gonna go for the horror vibe, it kind of needs to be a slow camera. I'll make the player a little bit slower too. I don't know if we're going for a horror vibe though, I guess we'll see. So we only want you to be able to do this clog if you have the upgrade for it. So plunger upgrade. Also want to open back up the ladder upgrade so we can reference that. So we'll change this to a area. We will give it a collision shape and a color rectangle. Let's grab this color. Oops, there we go. Change it to 14 by 14. Put that there. And say body entered. Okay, there's no script. That's fine. Say body entered. And that's not right. Copy that. Throw it in there. Say has plunger equals true, and we'll delete ourselves. And has plunger should be false, and the clog should check if body. This should probably be there. If body dot has plunger equals, or just body is plunger, and that should work. Yeah. Oh, except, did I place it anywhere? I don't think so. Okay, we'll put that up there just to make it a little game. Or I guess we should put the bench up there. Okay, so why don't we try that out? Okay, so nothing happens when I go over it, and nothing happens when I go to the door, so I need to go over here, and I can climb the ladder. I can get that, which I can then use to open the door. Grab that, do that. All right, works good enough. Everything's looking great. Well, it's not looking great, but we are making a lot of good progress, which is good. Okay, what else do we need? We could say, we could try to do that combat, but not sure if I want that yet. It's obviously not going to be very fun just walking around for no apparent reason, but Maybe we can make it fun to interact with enemies. It would be nice to have an enemy that flies around. Could just try to do that. Let's make this a... Oops. Let's make it a kinematic body. Enemy flying. And... Okay. So... let's use the Godot logo as usual. You know what we should actually do? Just let me get rid of all these real quick. Open up the other enemy and just put this behind there. Better? Throw that icon in there. Just modulate it. Red. Probably too big if I can move it that precisely. And get a collision shape. To the top. Good enough. And let's have it fly around. So I guess when you enter a room, it'll probably just start chasing you. That's the only problem with the flying enemy. We have to make sure it's not chasing you constantly, but just throw some code in here. So we'll want to get the player position. So we'll have to signal up. Let's see. Okay, looks like that's how we do it. And let's just get it really basically working. So in here we'll say in the direction. So basically we want to, first we'll just set the direction equal to 0 because it doesn't know where it's going to go yet. But we want to get the direction from the ourselves to the player. So we'll do direction equals player pos minus position, and then we'll have to normalize that. So it's just direction, not magnitude, otherwise it'll move really fast. It's not actually normalized, it's called something else. Let's see. Oh, just dot normalized afterwards. Seems to be the trick. Yeah, that's fine. Guess we need to sorry, just changing the music up there. Just want to do a check, I guess, to make sure player position exists. To check if the onReady variable is ready. Okay, let's see. I'll just check if it's not null. And then we'll say, I guess this one needs a velocity too. Say velocity dot, or I need to set a speed for this. Uh, 300? I don't know. Probably not 300. Velocity equals direction times speed. And then equals move and slide. Okay. That should do something, hopefully. When we instance one of those. Oh gosh, that's big. Oh. That should be fine. What's that? Yeah, that's here. If it chases us. No. Oh. I was getting just the player node instead of its position. Let's try that again. So it works until it gets you. Wonder what's happening there. Oh, we also need to update the player's position in its script. Duh. I guess we'll update it in here. Okay. That should be less buggy now. Definitely a little weird when you're on top of it, but I mean, you'll never be riding it, thankfully. Kind of carries you away. Wonder if we should center this and change that speed. What's the player's speed, I guess? They're 80, so 70. It's not very smart, but I have to do like pathfinding. For that, if we wanted to fix that. Maybe the main gameplay will be like if we can make it challenging enough, just like avoiding the monsters. Then you're kind of running around trying to avoid them. That might be fun. You know, we could do some simple AI with this actually, which is to, if we hit a wall or the floor, on the wall, trying to think about how it would decipher that, but I mean, it's a simple AI that will maybe work well enough. So, because what we could just say, if it is on the wall, to like set the direction to up or down. Vector 2 dot up, I think would work. Let's see. Start it down a little further so we can actually see that in action. It's kind of weird because it thinks like the player's a wall too. Yeah, a little strange, but maybe we could use if test move two, so we can test like one way or the other. So 0 or -1, 0. You can say if there's about to be something to the left. Let's try that. Just because then it'll test. It's still very stiff, but I guess it technically works. Let's test this real quick. Or we could make it do like a combination of the direction. So let's test like a little further out maybe. We add like the up vector to the direction vector. Maybe that will do something interesting. kind of worked. Change this to detect like a little further, maybe. Yeah, that wasn't the worst thing. What if we just make this like really big? Yeah, that's very broken. That's fine. We'll just leave it at a small number and just come back to that. It's not super important that that works too well. Okay, we got like a simple flying enemy. Let's add like a game over situation, so we do. Add a group. Or I actually want this not there. Enemy. Okay, and then we can add enemy to the enemy group. And then that should allow us to check as the player what we run into is in fact an enemy. So let's see. I think we have to have a area here. Player. It's kind of like an enemy detector. Make it a little smaller than them to make it more fair. And we'll say on body entered. We'll say, let's see. It's a way to check about whether it's in a group. Body dot is in group. Okay, basically what I was gonna do. Uh, let's see. Change scene. Let's make a new game over scene. And we'll just throw some label on here. Game over. Lovely. That's it. That's a wonderful game over screen, truly. Oh yeah, I have to go do that. But let's add something here real quick that says if input dot is action just pressed, I guess anything will do, but we'll just do spacebar. Then we can get tree dot change. Then we can go back to the game, not game over. That would be unfortunate. Okay. So we'll, in here we'll do game over. Apple. It is my birthday. No, it's not. Okay, that should work. So now if we touch an enemy, should take us to game over, and then we can... Oh, except they can't touch us. Because of the collision. Okay, well, we'll just make this a square for now then. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe I should move that enemy a little bit. And also make it slower. Let's bring a... I'm denying you from seeing your child. On your birthday too, I know. Am I gonna be able to jump over this? Nope. Let me get Apple. It's not your birthday. Apple Pants. All right, here we go. There she is. Showing her. Oh, she doesn't like it. It's okay. It's a quality cat. Not a 10. Would look at your cat again. Look at the camera. He likes it, yeah. Okay, there we go. Enough silly time. Okay, I'm gonna make this even slower because I suck at my own game. You have appeased me. Very good. Come and get me. It's like impossible to get past it. That's fine. For now. Excuse me, baby. Alright. Okay. We're doing pretty good, actually. We've got the upgrades in, and we've got a game loop, and yeah. Definitely need to start doing some sort of spriting. Might save that for the next stream. Trying to think about what we can do now. We can look at the debugger. It's fine. Okay, so we have enemies. We'll probably want more enemies. I do want to give, it'd be kind of a nice, I mean, it's a pretty simple thing, but it'd be nice to have the flying enemy have a little bit of a like pattern to it. I'm trying to think about how I would do that. Accidentally opening applications. I think if I took the player position, multiplied it by just like a sine wave. I could pull up Desmos maybe and just make a sine wave that just goes between or maybe we want to add to it. I'm trying to think because basically we just want to like rotate the direction a little bit. I guess to do that we could add a vector that's going perpendicular to, I'm trying to think of vector math. Add a vector that's going perpendicular to the direction one. Let's see if I can figure that out. Angle from the place direction to this vector. Okay. Let's see. I could just get the angle of the vector and add stuff to it. See if it says somewhere in here. Okay. Apple just brought her toy into the room. So let's see what this bounce operation is. Not exactly gonna work. It's just, there's gotta be like a... Okay. returns vector rotated by creep. Rotated by pi. Is that supposed to be pi radians? Slurp? What is slurp? Oh, here we go. Tangent. Oh boy, that took a sec. So if we get the so now if we get the so this whole thing is the direction. And then we take that and add it to I actually need to do a new line for this, I think, because we need to make sure we have direction as a value first. Or, I mean, the code will just be, take a sec. So direction equals direction plus and then this is where we'll want the sine wave, I think. Wait, not, oh yeah, graphing calculator. So we just want, so sine of x should work as long as x keeps changing. Yeah, that should be fine. So set up x to be equal to 0 here. And then at the end of this we'll do x plus equals like 0.1. So it'll be sine x times, because times direction dot tangent. So the direction dot tangent will get, okay, this shouldn't be here. Yeah, I don't think we should do this either, because it just like wasn't really working. That was trying to make it avoid the walls, but yeah, not really working. Okay, so this gets the direction. And then it takes the direction. Maybe we should do this down here, actually. Might be a better way to do this. I don't know. And increment that. Setup ready. Put x equals 0 in here, actually. 0.0 probably. Make sure it knows it's a float. And then, okay, well, I'll actually put it out there. And then creeper. And then let's see. So the position, update the position. And then we do direction times speed plus sine of x times direction dot tangent. Okay, I think that should work. I wonder if we could visualize this somehow. Let's just see if that does anything comprehensible. Is it just going too fast? Because it'll go through one cycle after like 2 pi. Maybe we should do speed times this. Maybe that will do something. Okay, now we can bump this back up. I think that's doing what's... Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Nice. Could make it a little more subtle. Wow, that took a while, and was it worth it? I don't know, but that's okay. Nice. Okay. Game over. Well, that's as good a place as anywhere to stop. Yeah, got a guy moving around like that. That's good. So this is pretty good. We've got in a lot of mechanics that we're gonna need. So we actually have a lot of stuff working now. Like, you can collect the upgrades and do the things. That's always good in a video game, be able to do the things. Got like 2 types of enemies in that can hurt you, send you to game over. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. I think next time we'll start on art. I feel like that wouldn't be a bad idea. But yeah, hope this seems it's going so much better than the week-long jams because we have a month, right? So this was the first week, and I already got like the basic mechanics in, which is pretty cool. But yeah, thank you for showing up. Thanks for supporting. Hopefully we can get started spriting next time. I want to get, like, we've got a little list. We've got player sprites to do, enemy sprites, the tile set, possibly multiple, the upgrade sprites, and then we've got also the ladder, door, and what's the other one? Log to do, plus the UI. And then maybe effects we can do with, like, the particle effect system in Godot. But yeah, going pretty good. I'm happy with the progress so far. There's our sine wave. I think it's going good. Still have 25 days. We got some basic stuff done, so that's pretty awesome. So yeah, thank you everyone for coming. We'll be back on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Have a fantastic day.